What is up, team? Chuck with Traders War Room, and I'm back at you with another video. Listen, I got a great technical video for you on this great Labor Day weekend. So if you're not out hanging out with the family or do something with your friends and you're just thinking about getting into the stock market and sharpening up your toolbox, man, listen, I got a great video that'll hit just that. We're talking about candlestick patterns, and I'm going to go over one specific pattern that you gotta know if you want to get great entry and exit points on stocks that are moving, okay? So real quick, I need you to like, share, and subscribe. I need you to come along with us on this journey. And if you're ready, as always, follow me and let's go to war together, team. Traders War Room wants to remind the viewer that all content on this channel are for education and entertainment purposes only. You are responsible for every move you make in the stock market. Have fun, tread cautiously, but definitely go to war and let's get it. All right, team, welcome back. Now listen, something we haven't done for a few videos at TWR is we're going to get back to principles for success. Now, we created these 4 principles, man, and it's planning, training, managing, securing. Basically, everything that encompasses being a successful trader and investor that you need to know. And today's principle for success that we're going to really hit home is training. And we're going to talk about candlestick patterns and one particular. So let's get at this video right now and break down this particular strategy. Now, when dealing with candlesticks, man, they come in many shapes and sizes. Not every single one's the same, and all indicators kind of have a little difference, but I'm going to give you a few of them, and then we're going to get into the one we're talking about today. We're going to break down the 3 white soldiers. Now, I left those other ones up there for a few moments. Pause the video, blow it up, copy, whatever you got to do, man. But read over these because they have all the bullish pattern candlesticks things that you can think of, man. And some of them work, some of them don't. But it's our job to try to see which stocks have them and see how they perform. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to pick a couple stocks and we're going to see how this performed. Well, first question is like, hey, how do I even know what stocks have a 3 white soldier type of pattern? Well, if you got Webull, it's easy. Other platforms are pretty similar, but on Webull, you go to the markets, you hit this little search tab. That'll pull up a screen like this. You go to screeners, create a new screener so that you can use this over again. Customize your filters. Now they have a thing on Webull, 3 white soldiers right there, and I like to put the analyst ratings on there. I like to only look at ones that analysts are giving a strong buy or a buy. Pulls up the stocks in the list, and then you just pick one and see what it does. Let's go ahead and pick one and check it out. So we picked ACIW, man, and when you're looking at it, you can see where they got the technical, pattern with the candlesticks going right there in the yellow square, and we're looking at the 3 white soldiers. And yes, this is a classic sign of 3 white soldiers, and if you read it in the description tab, you'll notice that a 3 white soldier pattern is a potential reversal out of a bearish trend. Okay, that's what is key about the 3 white soldiers. Now, when you're looking at the day pattern, this is where I like to use it because it's really showing that trend. As you can see, it came down and we're hitting that V, so it's a really bullish pattern up out of a downtrend. We blow it up a little bit and we notice there it is, right? So what this is, it's real tight closings within a particular pattern, but each time it closes with the majority of the buying and selling action within that particular stock higher than the days previous, okay? So that's the key thing, is you want consistency, but it's tracking up a little bit higher each time with the majority of where the stock price action is happening. All right, so let's check out another stock. You can't just rely on one stock. You got to use multiple sources. We notice there's where we see a trend. We actually see it twice. We see it come up, it came back down, but it didn't come all the way back down to where it was previously at, and it came back up to make a new high off of the recent trend. So I don't want to focus on those 3 downward candles because that's a separate strategy when we're looking at bearish. We're looking at the 3 white soldiers, which is bullish, okay? But I want you to note, before those 3 down arrows, look a little bit previous to a couple of days past, right? You were seeing the downtrend, the extreme downtrend, right? And then you see a 3 white soldiers incline and then a little cool off period, but the cool off period did not dip. It stayed tight, right? And then we had another 3 white soldiers. So what this is showing is it's showing a bullish pattern on an uptrend, all right? Even though you had 3 days of downtrend, the downtrends weren't significant. They were tight and staying close, and then you see our uptrend there. So definitely this stock looks like it's peaking and wanting to make new highs, or at least newer highs in a recent time after a significant downtrend. Now, for some of you that want a little bit more action and you guys are more of day trading, you can look at a minute chart or the 5-minute chart. And so we're going to look at any, and we're going to use the same type of pattern and look for the 3 white soldiers while we're day trading on the minute or 5-minute chart. Now, we're getting into putting a few things together that correlate with the candle trends, right? So we can not be caught off with some fake outs. All right, so we're taking any, for example, right? And we see that it has a 3 white soldier incline with the candlestick pattern, right? We're up, up, and up. And then all of a sudden we got it down, and it went down for a while. You see about 1 leg, 2 legs down before it came back up for its next attempt to run. But now we're looking at indicators. So we look at the 3 white soldiers. All right, cool. We got a bullish move. All right, let's look at these indicators. I got them circled there in that oval, right? You know, we notice our first indicator right off the top that it's heading downwards is that RSI, okay? RSI was headed up and then an extreme drop off, right? All right, so that's telling us that there's some selling pressure going on, right? We also can't rely on just one indicator. We got to look at some multiple. So I like the MACD. We notice that there's a big spread there, and then all of a sudden the spread starts getting tighter with the signal line, and then it crosses below the signal line, okay? There's another indicator. Money flow is also starting to angle down. So these are 3 indicators that I really like to use when I'm looking at candlesticks specifically, okay? What's the RSI telling me, all right? It's telling me it's at about 70, so it's definitely approaching the overbought area, right? All right, MACD, there's a large space between the signal line and the blue line on my indicator, right? Telling me that it's had quite a run and some space. It's probably due for a cool down period where we need to be watching for a potential cross down. And then we're looking at money flow, man. So if money flow is not present, listen, that means money's coming out of it and nothing's going in. So we're due for a cool off period. So those are 3 indicators you need to use in correlation to your candlestick patterns and chart patterns. Now we're using any again because it had multiple 3 white soldier patterns within this particular trade. Okay, so now we move down after it hit this little, 2 legs down. And I use 2 legs terms so you can see the first downtrend, consolidate a little bit, downtrend again, and consolidate it. And now we're thinking, all right, is it going to continue down? Are we going to continue consolidate? Or are we looking for that reversal? So 2 legs are pretty good indicators to use when you're looking for stocks that are momentum based and trending hard with lots of volume, all right? So we notice here's the next one after the 2 legs down, right? And we're looking at the indicators. RSI is our first indicator that it's starting to uptrend, okay? We also noticed the MACD. There was that space. Remember the blue line and the gold line? We had that space where it was curling up and then it crosses, right? And then we're using our money flow. Money flow starting to curl back up. We see now it has a nice little dip and then we're starting to trend back in the right direction. So indicators are looking good. This would not be a bad place to go ahead and get in, especially given that reversal candlestick pattern right before the 3 white soldiers. All right, so if you saw something like this with the indicators and you saw the price at 671 or maybe even 675, that would have been the time. That's your entry point right there, okay? Now, let's see what it does. We can see that it's still kind of comes up to a high and then it trends off. But look at the selling pressure. It's minuscule, okay? Not very much selling pressure going on, and we're still trending in the right direction, still way above our entry point, okay? So we're definitely still holding this particular stock at this time. At least that's what we're thinking when we're going through this scenario. And then boom, all right, here we go. Bam, 1 leg, consolidated after that downturn a little bit. All right, now we got an up, consolidation a little bit, another up, consolidation, another up. So there's your 2 to 3 legs, right? And it goes all the way up to 764, and we're paying attention to RSI. Look at the RSI. It's giving us our indicators. It's telling us what it's doing, right? The MACD, we notice that it's the blue line staying close above the gold line, and then it starts to spread out a little bit before it curls back down and crosses, okay? Now, when we get to that big spread, that's the time when to start thinking, all right, this looks like it could possibly be reversing. Our RSI is starting to approach the high level above the high 70s, close to the 80s, and our money flow is starting to taper off. Okay, we need to start thinking about our exit strategy at this point. So maybe we got out at 764. That'd been great. Usually I don't do like limit sales at things like that, but 750, 760, 745, things like that are normal things. 750 probably would be, as you can see, would be likely to have been the spot where most people got out with a limit sell. And as you can see, that's about appropriate looking at the candlesticks, where a lot of the selling pressure started at the $7.50 range. So definitely, if we paid attention to this and we made the right adjustments and we followed the indicators that correlated to the candlestick patterns, this would have been a good indicator, and we could have made some good money on this particular play during this time frame. All right, team, I'm going to wrap this video up, man. I hope you got some value and some worth out of this. Listen, candlesticks are so important, and if you practice them and you learn them, man, you can make a lot of great entry and exit points based off of those and patterns. Listen, TA exists because patterns exist, because market movements and price action, because investors are buying and selling, is based off of emotion. It's not robots doing the stuff all the time, okay? We're invested into these companies, and that's why TA exists, all right? Now listen, here at Traders War Room, we look at the stock market like it's a war zone. Stocks and sectors, those are our battles. We're doing it together as a team, man. We're attacking, destroying, and conquering, and I hope that you guys want to come along with us on the journey, man. If you like videos like this and you like my other ones and everything's all good, then all I got to do is ask you a question. If you're ready, then follow me and let's go to war together, team.